She's crazy like a fool.
What about Daddy Cool?
She believes in him. She loves her daddy.
Okay, so we're live, I think. Welcome back to R&R, RTV's one and only radio show. I'm your host today, Nathan. I'm the co-host, Ben.
And I'm Tom.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're also going to be joined by Elliot from the Brig and Logan as well, our second head of features. Yeah.
But Logan decided he had more important things to do, such as class, which is very disappointing.
What can you do about it, I guess?
I know, there's not much.
I mean, does that make you the superior head of features?
I mean, I didn't say it.
So what is that?
I mean, you said it, not me.
There was a sound, but it stopped.
Okay, good.
But it's coming from your mic, I think.
My mic.
Are you like kicking wires or anything?
did accidentally kick a wire.
That might have been. I think we're okay.
Oh, it's good now.
Yeah.
We're good now.
So long as there's no mysterious buzzing sound or the sound of a drill coming from above.
That was worrying.
I think we'll be okay today, hopefully.
Hopefully, that's yeah. Hopefully, there's no attacks from builders or such like.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a busy week at RTV, like usual. Last week we had the the Valentine's Day Love Song Workshop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How do you think that went? I think for the numbers we had, we made the best of it, you know? There's some good 3 groups of 5, you know, it's an interesting dynamic. Everyone has something to do.
That's a very small workshop.
But 3 groups, you know?
That's
It's the usual
perfectly
kind
good.
of video output, so...
Perfectly good.
Yeah, it went well.
Very nice.
How was your week?
My week was fine. I was skiing. Fell on my face a few times. I'm not very good, but it was good fun.
I had Elliot here, I think.
That is it, yeah.
Hello. Morning. Or afternoon.
But yeah, it was a very fun week.
It's nice.
It's very nice.
Had you gone skiing before that?
Not for many years. We're not regular skiers.
For those listening at home, the head of broadcasting from Brig has just joined us.
He has indeed just joined us.
Joined us very late.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Is this your first time being in this studio?
No, I was on about a month ago for a podcast with the Oscars.
Huh. Nice.
Nice.
This is the first time we've had someone from Brig on our TV's radio show, so...
I know, it feels almost sacrilegious.
I'm trespassing on something holy.
You are trespassing, yes. It's
We're
not good.
breaking new ground. It's true.
We're pioneers in, I don't know, student radio.
Yeah, it's a big crossover.
It is.
So how's your week been?
Hectic. Been buried under elections work for Brig, as well as redoing Focus, as well as prepping a print edition, and now I've got tonsillitis again, which is always fun.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm struggling, but ibuprofen is really, really good at what it does.
And they say too much hard work pays off.
It does.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for that payoff to happen.
You're suffering for your craft.
Aren't we
It's great.
all?
Yeah, well, yeah, let's say I'm suffering for my craft, not just for my inability to say no to things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happens to the best of us.
such is life.
Yeah. And speaking of Focus, you know, it's the collaboration. How do you think it's going?
I think it's going pretty good now that we've got someone who's actually dedicated to working with Focus rather than like it's just being me going at Brig, hey, do you want to do something? And they're like, oh, we're busy. But it's good we've actually got someone who's it's their primary focus, which I quite like that.
Yeah, from the Brig side, it seems like Focus has sort of been an afterthought. Like last semester, I think we got 1 Focus done.
We did.
Yeah.
And I tagged along to it because I was just the only person who was free. But now we're sort of, now that I'm in charge, we're sort of completely rebooting. Building up again from the ground up. We've always been focused on street interviews. That is very much going to take a back seat going forward. It will still be a factor, it will still be engaged in the content, but we're going to focus on like a variety show type format as well.
That sounds good.
I think it's good. It makes it more entertaining and it makes it more mentally stimulating to watch rather than just hearing people who don't really give a shit talking about what they're doing.
Yeah. It was quite rare to find someone who actually cared. The one you did was quite entertaining, which is why, you know, they will still be a part of it, just not huge.
Yeah, I would say the Hamza Yusuf SMP one, that was that was a very that was one of our more successful Vox Pop outings, but that was
Before it took us a long time to get it. We were on there for like hours.
We were there for hours, and I had my mate Frank doing the interviews, and it was, to be fair, it was very good, but it took a while.
I mean, that's one of the big problems with it. You spend hours looking for anyone who cares the slightest bit.
Yeah. And then the people that sound interested say they don't want to go on camera. So
Exactly, yeah. And they will still talk to you. It's like, why are you not on camera? I don't want to talk to you. It's like, yeah.
I think in the future, another thing we're going to do with the Vox Pops is send someone with a handheld camera and a smaller mic to look less intimidating.
It's a good idea.
With like one interviewer, so it's like a 2-man team. Ideally, not us, because I don't really want to do it.
Either me and Logan and some big person.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if people are interested, you can act like a proper news team and just go, you, new person, go do a vox pop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now it's just got to get AirTV people to actually want to use the cameras.
It's always a big challenge.
It is, because they all want to do like the drama stuff, and it's like, no, come film faction stuff. That is the important thing here.
Think about what it'd do for your CV, guys.
Yeah. When everyone's always obsessed with CVs, I mean, you can get you're a camera operator on a Focus video.
Yeah. I need 3 cameras.
And the NASTA nominated Focus as well.
NASTA nominated.
I mean, think of it this way: the SMP one is the most popular video that any of us have done. So it's like,
I know. It was very good. It was a very good.
You can
one.
spend ages making a drama film that gets 100 views, and then Vox Pops, a few people about the SMP, and it gets 800 views.
I know, it is an extremely popular video. I'm quite proud of that one.
It is, yeah. What is it, like 19th most popular video on the channel or something?
Wow, it's a very successful video. I'm quite pleased to have been part of that one.
I mean, it is usually the most random things that end up popular. On Briggs' article front, we have a few articles about like random celebrities that just do really well in the algorithm, and whenever you search up that celebrity, we're like top 3 results. And they're just always what comes up. And our guide to the British chip shop. That's an evergreen article, and it's brilliant.
So what's the most popular Brig article?
So the chip shop one's always up there. There was one with a musician who I do not remember the name of, but he had a very high opinion of himself. A few other basic interviews. And then of the most recent ones we've done in the last year, the Big Brig Guide to Sex did really well. Yeah, the Guide to Sex at uni did really well numbers wise, and we got a lot of positive feedback to it.
It's nice.
Of course.
We should make an RTV version of that.
The AirTV Guide to Sex? That sounds a really bad idea. It sounds like an absolute... I'm sorry, but it sounds...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
but maybe get us like denominated as a society or something.
Yeah, that just sounds like a direct challenge to Ofcom.
Yeah. Must be the visual aspect.
Yeah, I don't think the visual aspect works very well with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's better for the written word.
It's got a very niche audience, does the video aspect.
Briggs' article was more the emotional bits around, you know, and being safe and being happy and healthy.
Yeah, knowing AirTV, I don't think we'll be able to pull that off.
You know, our TV members aren't happy or healthy, so...
No, exactly, we're a breed of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Brig is that much better. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm sort of like our mascot in that area.
Yeah, we function off caffeine and lost hopes.
True. It's a nice way of putting it.
I think we are mostly off spite, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Spite for who?
Just the universe in general, and also certain other student newspapers. And vapes. Well, that's more a couple of members that smoke enough for all of us, to the point where I'm genuinely concerned about the chief sub-editor. She opened her bag last week and there was like 12 flavours. I was genuinely concerned.
That is a bit concerning, to be honest.
It's also so much money.
Yeah, 12 times, 5 is...
Is it true you can get a coriander flavoured vape?
It is, from what I've heard.
That sounds believable.
Was it Rory that told you that?
I don't know, I just...
Because that's what he told me.
Why would anyone want a coriander flavoured vape?
Apparently you can import coriander flavoured vapes from Japan.
I imagine the
That's
Japanese would
insane.
probably... I imagine Japan would probably have something like that. They've got a lot of weird and wonderful flavours of things.
Maybe if you want to have a curry and then a vape after it, and you want something that fits thematically.
Yeah.
I can't think of another reason for it.
Who knows what Rory's importing from Japan?
Wonder what Rory's doing with his money.
We could
Important
do
content on the vapes, clearly.
a final kind of main Vox Box focus about what's your favourite flavour of vape.
What's your favourite flavour of vape before they get banned? There we go. Boom. Epic focus episode.
I mean, running off of space seems to be a successful attitude.
I mean, it's worked for us so far.
Yeah, I mean,
We've been doing
Drake's
this
doing
for a
very
good few
well.
years now.
Yeah, we were best newspaper 3 years in a row. Where? But we don't talk about that.
You don't want to talk about it?
Well, we couldn't be on top forever. That'd be unfair to everyone else.
It's
but
true.
3 years in a row, I don't think many people have beat that.
Well, sometimes, when you have a dip, it kind of motivates you to get back on top again for just better content. So,
Yeah, plus if we won again next year, it'd be really funny to point and laugh at all the fourth years that have now left.
That would be very funny.
And it really, helps our running on spike prospect, so...
Fair enough. What emotion would you say AirTV runs on?
spontaneity?
Spontaneity.
I don't know.
You don't know.
What would you say? What do you think it runs on?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Shenanigans?
Shenanigans. We do know
Confusion.
Shenanigans.
Cursed energy?
Cursed energy, that's a good way of putting it, I think.
I mean, you'll look at some of the videos in like 20 years' time and you won't have the words to describe it.
There are some videos which, to the untrained eye, would just be like a bit of a what the fuck element, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
Timmy's
everyone when
toilet
they
shovel for
graduate,
one.
everyone when they graduate eventually will like message whoever's running it in the future and be like, see that video from 8 years ago? And it's like, I'm in it, could you take it down, please?
Does that happen?
It happened last year, yeah. Some guy messaged saying, yeah, these videos are always really hard to explain in job applications and in interviews. So could you take them off, please?
I think Kieran's going to have fun trying to explain Timmy's toilet shovels.
Yeah.
He will have fun trying to explain that one. That's an interesting video.
So is Break like the #1 student newspaper then?
It was. 3 years running, we were the best student newspaper in Scotland.
Did you not get it the last year?
We did not. So that award was about 2 weeks ago. And it's now another one that I don't remember. All I know is they're not us and we're mad. But, it would be unfair for them to give us the award 4 years in a row. You need to make the other newspapers feel good.
Is it
Either
just
do you-
Scotland or the whole UK?
So that was the Scotland one. There is also the whole UK-wide one, but we don't have as much of a chance because some of the universities down south have ridiculous amounts of money pumped into their student newspaper
Yeah.
and massive amounts of journalists, massive amounts of resources, ridiculous amounts of articles coming out. But at that point, they're barely functioning as a student newspaper. Part of the challenge of student journalism is having barely any resources.
Yeah. I mean, we submit for the National Student Television Awards.
Yeah.
How do we usually do in that?
I mean, we got a few bronze and silver ones
That's
last
very
year.
impressive, actually.
Mainly for the drama stuff. But Focus got nominated last year.
Really?
For,
Really?
yeah. We only had one episode at the time, but we submitted it for news and current affairs and it got a nomination for it. So,
That's impressive.
Because I looked through all the old Focus videos and thought, yeah, we can do better.
maybe this time next year we'll be getting gold at it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, with Brig for the publication awards, we may have lost best newspaper, but what we did win was best new publication. So we have a sister magazine, Bra.
Yeah.
That is now the best new publication in Scotland.
Huh.
So, we still have best publication, just not best core newspaper. So,
That's still something to be proud of.
oh yeah, screw you, other newspapers. And also, our deputy editor-in-chief, Freya, was shortlisted for outstanding commitment. So
It's
that's
nice.
pretty
It's
nice.
very nice.
And then the proper national awards are early April, I think, or possibly March. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's April. So hopefully some things get shortlisted for that. That's the one we sort of went all out with our nominations to. with all our sections, with all our publications, and then certain other things like best culture, best investigation, rising star, etc., etc. So hopefully we at least get shortlisted for a few things.
Do you think you'll get anything at the clubs and societies?
I think so. I mean, I can't think of anything that has more impact than the student newspaper. I mean, where else are you going to hear rambles about how much the principal's got a raise and how much he doesn't deserve it?
That's true.
Well, technically Focus also, because the chief did send me to go get a vox pop about it. Beyond that, I mean, we could get best committee through sheer statistics of how many of us there are.
How many are on the big committee?
24?
Wow,
Bit big for
it's
us.
a lot of people.
It's a bit bigger than us, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm. How many are we at?
I thought it was like 18, wasn't it?
17 or 18?
17 or
Yeah.
18.
I mean, technically there's meant to be 25 positions, or 26, but one of them is unfilled and I have 2 jobs.
Oh.
So,
What one's unfilled? In case anyone listening would like to go for it.
advertising, I think, is our free one, though we have our AGM next month, so
Yeah.
everything is going to change and we're losing like most of our committee, which is
Always a challenge, yeah.
yeah. It's going to be fine, so fine.
Yep. So what does advertising entail? Is that like making the social media posters?
No, so that is our head of socials. It's about actually speaking to businesses and getting ads for the paper.
Huh.
So if you've seen our first print edition of the academic year, so
The
back in-
55th edition? The anniversary one?
No, the previous one, the one that came out in September.
Yeah.
So it had like the concrete stuff on the front page. It also had a massive ad splash from Bob and Bert's,
Mm-hmm.
which is now still on our website, because that's what we got from our head of advertising. I think in the most recent paper, we had one advert, and it was from you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm the treasurer. No one ever gave me anything to sign off on that, so I don't know who paid for it.
that's a great sign. I'm sure we got it through completely legitimate means.
Well, I mean,
And if anyone did blackmail, it seems they did a really good job.
I don't know anything about it. We were in a class just last week and we had to make zines, and one of the only things they gave us to use was the brig. So I cut that advert out and made good use of it.
You vandalised my child.
Yeah,
You did it again last night.
I did. We were at an arts and crafts collab where we're making film props, and again, one of the things we were provided with was a brig. So we made using the Keir Starmer picture that's in it, we made a driving license for him.
The Keir Starmer picture that had devil horns on it.
Yeah.
The politics headers had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so did I. The main thing I done was put a goose in my section.
Mm-hmm.
He stands on a pot and gives you tips on making soup.
I did actually see that last night and thought about making a separate driving license for that, but
You should have made one for
we
Frederick.
ran out
the
of
food
time.
goose. His name is Frederick and he's going to be in every food section from now on. I don't care who ends up being in charge of the section, I'm going to make them.
Is that the new mascot?
For food it is. Whatever section I end up running next year, I will create a separate goose with a different accessory. Frederick stands on a pot and has a bow tie.
It's nice.
I don't know what I'll give to whatever other section I run.
Should Focus have a mascot? do
I
you
think we need a mascot. I really do.
Yeah.
Who can be our mascot?
I can make another goose.
If you could, that would be nice.
We can never go wrong with a goose.
You can never go wrong with a goose.
Or a dinosaur.
Maybe not. Pigeon. That'd be
Mm.
funny.
Excluding when they all died, I guess.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, semantics, details.
These are details. Tis but a detail.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Focus, we were talking about investing in Focus-themed stuff,
Yeah.
A little make flag. I'll see if there's a picture. For the listeners at home, you can't see this, but we'll do our best to describe it to you. You know these things? We could get one of these and have the Focus logo on it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. We like
Yeah.
one of them. And we want a poster as well, don't we?
Yes, we want
A banner, yeah.
That's what we want. We want a banner either for the purpose of advertising our vox pops, which wouldn't really be necessary if we have a lighter crew with like only a handheld cam, because they can just sort of run around getting anyone. But it would be nice for the background of the set.
Yeah.
Now that we're actually going to require
It's that
a
song
set.
playing. It wouldn't have been playing today.
Yeah. We're actually using a set now, so set design is something we need to consider.
Do we have a room? Or
I've just kind of been booking classrooms.
you can't go wrong with that.
I mean, I booked a room for the last one, I think. I don't know what.
Oh,
it
yeah.
Could you use the brig jail?
Brig Jail was taken back from us very quickly.
Oh, really?
It's technically the unions. I think for the next one we've stole the office of the journalism module coordinator.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we've just nicked Adrian's office.
Have you? How did you take that?
I mean, he seemed to be okay with it. Plus, in future, Adrian was saying yesterday about the broadcast room being more open to journalism students.
Well, we could use that.
What is the broadcast room?
Basically, there's
Is it
a room.
Pathfind?
Yes, there's a room in Pathfind for journalism students, like 2 big screens and a load of computers.
Oh, that room we have our class in.
Yeah,
That one.
that's the broadcast room. No, that's the newsroom. That's what it's called. The newsroom. So push comes to shove, that could work.
That could work. Let's
But-
make a corner where we could like film.
Yeah. Plus, using one of those screens in the background would give you somewhere easily to like picture where images could pop up.
It could, yeah, that'd be good.
So we're thinking out loud.
I mean, hopefully we'll get the media office back soon.
We've
We
seen
wish we did.
that some
Yeah.
of the construction stuff seems to have been taken down around Union, so we are very excited about the concept of getting the office back.
I mean,
Or at least they are. I've never actually seen
well, they
the
got the
office.
chaplaincy done, like, and that's much bigger. So
Yeah, I think chaplaincy and study area were priorities. Then it will probably be...
well, they still have the guys like
Union bar
walking in
members.
every day.
I think it will probably be the union offices, then probably the union bar.
Yeah, will we
But you
that's
have to-
policy.
The media office is in the way of the union offices, so surely you have to do that to
Yeah.
get to
I
that.
think you do all of them, then... I mean, the bar or would like Scran be more the priority?
That would be other money makers.
Yes, and also Scran funds the uni, who are the ones that are paying for the construction, while the union funds the union, who are not paying for the construction. So, thinking cynically, which, you know, is basically what I'm meant to do as a journalist,
Yeah.
they'd probably prioritise Scran, plus in doing that, they'd get access to more of the toilets at Campus Central. And there's also apparently various bits of, like, courtroom, like classrooms, but a lot of the classrooms are being done up anyway, and construction teams are just sort of going about the whole time. Basically, the entire university is falling apart, but rather than spending our money on that, sure, let's give the principal a pay rise he doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
That's sort of been in the forefront of Greg's mind recently, because it's just an insult,
Yeah.
apparently.
I mean, look at the amount of funding that the media societies get, you know?
Yeah, and just the amount of funding...
Give us a little bit more each.
Yeah, and just the funding that the union itself gets. Like,
I mean, you had to do that whole GoFundMe thing, didn't you, for Brig?
yeah, we did a GoFundMe, which was basically, hey, people that used to be part of Brig, you guys are professionals now, you want to give us some money? Which, surprisingly, they did. Especially DC Thompson, which was nice.
Who's that?
That is a News Corp, well, like
Oh.
a company. Yeah, so that's helped us a lot, that investment from mostly alumni, which means we can print more often. So usually we've been printing 3 times a year, the start of both semesters and start of March for the union edition, the election edition, that's what I meant. And so we're currently working on the election edition. We're meant to have articles done on Friday, which is really bad news for me because I've got 1 food article in, and also I'm meant to be doing 2 more, 1 for food and 1 for gaming and tech. I have done none of them. In my defence, I've been busy theoretically doing union stuff, mostly doing focus stuff, and also dying.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's as good an excuse as any.
that's what I said.
Focus and dying.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we would do our own fundraiser, but everyone that goes into the film industry ends up unemployed, so
No, we are
it
extremely.
would be a bit much asking them to part with their cash.
It would be a little bit.
Send some kind emails to the BBC.
I don't think the BBC would care. We don't want a competition.
STV?
STV don't want a competition.
Actually, I think we were meant to be doing something with STV. Like interviews about student journalism. I don't know if that happened or if that fell through. It was like the chief, the secretary, and the head of BRA.
They don't seem so keen on doing interviews on student filmmaking, so
No, they don't. I don't know why.
it's a dying industry.
It is a dying industry. You'll make sure it's not a dying industry.
Of course, this is a completely impartial stance, as all media societies have to be impartial. So,
Do you?
yeah, we have
We'll
to
bleep that
out.
I mean,
Keep impartiality before we lose
officially
funding.
Brig does, but I don't think the rest
We were
of
told
the-
last year there was someone asking for us to like promote them last year, and we were told we weren't allowed to do it.
Was that for the union election?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you have to be impartial for. In general, you don't have to be impartial. Brig does, which means that Focus kind of does.
Is that why we had a whole disagreement at the start of the year? Because it went all.
I feel like if any of the union people actually got around to watching Focus, like, we'd probably be doing quite well with views at that point.
We would be, yeah.
I don't get the impression that they're watching at the moment, so
Well,
we can try and sneak under it.
right now, Brig is currently interviewing every candidate. I have an interview at 1:30 that I've definitely prepared for. With the candidate for international rep. And then tomorrow I've got one of the sports president candidates, which means I still really need to figure out what a sports president does.
That is a good point. What do they do?
I don't know, I just think their job...
See them walking around all the time.
I think their job is sport the way that Ken's job is beach, and I've not been corrected of that, so I'm just sort of accepting that as truth.
I think they do what the union president does for our societies, but for sports societies.
What does the union president do for our society?
Fuck knows, honestly.
I think it's actually the VP of Communities that handles societies. The union president sort of does other things. I don't know. I'm meant to know these things, but I really don't need to do it till Tuesday when I'm back here doing a podcast about basically what the current sabbatical team has achieved and what they've failed to achieve over the last year. So that could be fun.
When I imagine the sports president just needs to make sure all the clubs have all the balls they need.
Yeah, and
do you have a ball? Yeah, do good then.
Big things like promoting healthy club atmosphere. You know, like making sure no one's...
Making sure they have the balls.
Yeah, making sure they have everything they need. There's no like discrimination and they aren't doing hazing. I mean, they can't control the ridiculous shit they get up to, like, on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you want to try and deal with whatever the hell the rugby teams do those nights, good luck.
But it always seems to come back very drunk.
Yeah.
Have had a lot of fun.
Yeah, from what I've heard about the rugby teams, it sounds like a horror show.
Huh.
Yeah, I like rugby. There's a reason I never joined the society.
Would you make a focus episode on it?
We should make a focus episode on that.
What do the rugby people do on a Thursday night?
We should follow them on a Thursday night.
Bit of investigative journalism.
This is hard hitting journalism, guys. You need to follow them and get like in depth. Like,
I suggest banning tasers and then doing that. Sure.
Pardon?
Get tasers, then do that.
Get tasers. You want to get tasers first?
Yes. You need to think about the safety of your journalists.
So we need a new mic thing, we need a banner, and we need tasers.
We need tasers.
Lots of tasers.
lots of tape. I don't think we need. It'll be fine.
I think a taser would be fine.
I think the Geneva Convention prevents them from doing anything to journalists.
I mean,
Would the rugby
tell that
club follow the
that to
Geneva
Syria.
Conventions?
Well, I think of it as sort of a military offensive type thing, so I hope so.
I mean, I'd say they're more akin to a terrorist organisation who really don't care about these things, but sure.
Yeah. Let's hope they're not listening back.
Let's also hope my editor isn't listening
You
because
just refer to the rugby team as a terrorist
I
organisation.
mean, I think I'm accurate.
Until you can be disproven, then
I mean, we don't
Exactly.
know. We don't know anything.
Correct until proven wrong. That's
Yeah.
how journalism works.
let's do a Bleed Green Focus crossover episode about the rugby club.
We need to go with one on Thursday night, though, because that is what we need to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I
cares
mean-
about the actual game? We need to know.
Speaking of Bleed Green, bring us back onto the topic of focus, which is technically why I'm here.
Yeah.
I've invaded. We are going to start getting like bleed green content into that.
Ah.
Word.
So the whole point of new focus.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said earlier, completely rebooting from the ground up. Vox Pops are no longer a primary content model.
Yeah.
We are sort of going to have two main shows. We're going to have a sort of talk variety show.
Mhm.
Basically, we're stealing bits from the Daily Show and bits from last week tonight.
Do you have guests on?
In theory. So we've shot one so far that will not be going to the public. It's
Okay.
basically our internal proof of concept video,
Mm-hmm.
which will be shown to AirTV and to bring people to basically say, hey, here's the thing, any ideas, and also anyone interested in being a part of it, which I really hope, because I had to write everything for the last one and it almost killed me.
Huh.
I was completely just burnt out all weekend. That was fun. Sorry, I've lost my place. What was that?
Oh, you
Right.
were talking about how it was like
Yes.
more dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
No focus. So the sort of format we're going for is there'll be a main section with a core host. So far that's been me, but in future it will be a variety of people. So a few quick fire points, then a main news story. And the pilot that was Greedy Jerry, because it's sort of the
Yeah.
most important thing, because it's insulting. So talk about that for a bit. Then I threw to a vox pop we did earlier about Greedy Jerry, which felt very professional.
Was there anyone who disagreed and thought that he was getting paid the right amount?
No, which I actually pointed out in the video. All of them agreed.
Yeah.
Students are really argumentative and really belligerent, and they all agreed. So that really shows just how batshit of an idea it was for Jerry to get this raise.
Yeah. Well, if he's listening, take some notes.
Yeah, Jerry, get the money back.
Yeah.
Call him.
Watch the focus. There's a whole segment on what people would rather do with £68,000 a year. Most of it is fix the building that's crumbling.
Well, I mean, you can't watch it. It's not going out to the public. We'll send it to him.
We'll email you, Jerry. Out of spite, we'll email you. I'll use the good email address as well, so you actually see it.
But what's the good email address?
You have multiple email addresses?
Well, I'll get like the chief or the secretary. They've got the good email addresses. They're the one people actually respond to.
Oh, it's like Charlotte or Alex. Or...
Yes. My one is food@breakingnews.com. Yeah. Because I'm technically the food editor. I say technically. It's just there's not really that much to control when it comes to food. Like
Yeah.
news and politics constantly put things in the chat. I'm just like, hey guys. Actually, this is the actual one I did last week. It's Real Bread Week next week. If anyone wants to write about making bread. And this is currently trending on TikTok. That's basically all I've got.
Wait, is it next week that's bread making week?
It's this week that's bread making
Oh.
week. It's the 18th through the 25th, I think.
Was the 18th Sunday?
Maybe.
Huh.
I think so.
I made bread on Sunday, so I'm doing my part.
You technically contributed to Real Bread Week. Good job.
Yeah.
And then...
Although I've got to say it didn't rise properly, so
Is there a boo one?
it was a bit of a poor contribution.
And then occasionally, like, I'll highlight if there's a business opening in town, which there actually is today, which is nice.
Is it a bread business?
It is not. It's a brunch place that keeps promoting its bottomless lunches, which to me sounds like a challenge to see how bottomless it really is. Actually, that's a good article idea in the future. And an excuse to drink a lot.
Would the brig pay you money to buy the brunch?
No,
Could you
but
claim it back?
a lot of times if you speak to the businesses about doing a review, you can get a free meal.
Oh.
Which is nice. At least that's what my writers hope, because I've got 2 separate people doing different reviews this week.
Maybe we should change Scran TV up a bit so that
We should switch it up.
Yeah.
I think it needs to become more of an actual
so you can.
defined entity. I've always wanted to make it more of a thing, but at the same time, people just enjoy making their random cooking show. So I want to keep that a thing, but I also want to make maybe a subset of Scran TV, which can go review stuff.
What's
Yeah.
Scran TV?
Scran TV is AirTV's cooking show, which technically comes under my jurisdiction as well.
We were talking about doing a cooking podcast just because I have no idea what else to do as food editor, which would just be like a 3-hour-long podcast of me making a katsu, because it takes me a long time to make that curry, but God, is it worth it?
You could make a 3-hour Scran TV on it. You could
Live.
get edited down.
Live stream of me making katsu and every so often going off to like write an article
Yeah.
when it's simmering. Could also do my chili, that'd only be a 2-hour live stream. Actually no, that'd be like a 1-hour live stream. Or my soup, that's a 4-hour live stream.
I think that would be good.
I like batch cooking, okay? And my first ever brig article was about soup. That's how I became food editor, like the month I joined.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is there another position or editing position that you'd be interested in down the line?
Well, next month is the AGM, and I'm looking at. I'm between politics and features, I think. But I'm also just going to be like, I'm keeping the broadcast job, and no one else is going to get it till I leave uni.
Do they not do an election on the broadcast job?
They do. I'm just going to blackmail people into not taking it. I say that. I'm probably just going to be.
I suppose corrupt. We should do a focus episode on corruption in brig AGMs. I think that would be very good.
It's not
We
corruption.
do an expose on our own
I mean,
broadcast editor. I think that's something we need to do, because I'm thinking this sounds a bit
It would
corrupt here,
it would
and I'm
show
not-
courage within focus.
Huh?
You know, the Nasties would like that kind of thing.
I
If we
would
just
like to
if we just
point out-
completely turned on
I
The
would like to
truth
point
always
out
gets
that-
there first.
me and Logan will just completely turn on you and do an expose.
I would like to point out I currently have that job because no one got it at the AGM or the EGM to fill the role, so
Fair enough.
I doubt there'll be competition, and if there is, I'll just go, look, I've done things.
True.
Gift job.
Wait, so how long does a big AGM last then if you have like 30 positions to fill?
Not a Scoopy, I've never been at one. I'm assuming it'll be like the full hour meeting, if not longer.
I mean, our one last year took about like 2.5 hours.
It was
see it being 2
experience album
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, I could see it being 2 hours, but a lot of the roles tend to just one person goes for it, because like the editors kind of have groomed a successor in advance. Like they're sort of trained to be ready to go into the role,
Yeah.
because once you get the role, you've got like a month, and then you need to be pumping out print section.
Is that throughout the summer then? You don't have that off?
No, so usually we don't have a third one in the semester, but thanks to that big GoFundMe, we are doing another print section, I think, just before the end of the semester, so late April. And that, I think, for that one, we will have our new committee. So our new chief, our new deputy, whoever goes for that, all our new editors, so that'll be interesting, if nothing else. I still need to find a successor for food. I had one, but she's also interested in a bigger role, and I think she'd go for the bigger role because she'd be brilliant at it.
Yeah. Do you have a head of web at the brig?
We have we have a head of digital, a master's student. I have spoken to her like once and basically went, hey, can I have a subsection of food where we put recipes? And now I have a brick bite section.
So how do the committee meetings work then, if there's like 30 of you?
Well, I mean, the chief sort of runs it, and then the 10 section heads sort of say their piece. They have to, so like you've got head of features, comment, sport, they all say their thing, and then I'm towards the end and I'm food focus, which is basically just I will say 10 seconds on food and then I ramble about focus. There's so much more to say about focus. Oh yeah, speaking of, I keep getting distracted from focus.
We don't have to just
We're getting the scoop on the big committee meetings.
Yeah.
We can't talk for 2 hours about focus.
You get.
We could try.
I think you
We could
underestimate.
try. I think it would
you
not go nowhere.
underestimate my ability to autistically ramble, but sure.
When we're focusing on focus, so...
Focusing on focus is good.
It's a good title. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm done exposing the brig committee now. Hi Charlotte, we are not listening to this.
RTV's getting the scoop on the brig.
We are getting the scoop. We will take you down from the inside. Now.
Charlotte, prepare a counter campaign.
I feel like someone's going to kind of irrationally take this clip and in 2 years' time use it as a reason for beef.
We are going to actually take this clip in.
It's like the whole drone thing.
It's like the whole drone. Is it? Yeah.
You hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I did not.
It was a few years ago now, so I don't think anyone involved has left, but like, there was someone that was on the RTV and brig committees, and someone in RTV joked, because we have a drone, joked about like drone striking the brig. It was a joke, I think, and I think it started like a proper beef for a couple of years.
Wow. Yeah, I had not heard of that. That's fun.
I mean, you'll be glad to know that our drones don't work anymore, so...
Well, I would just
For
say,
now.
if you did
Any-
attempt to drone strikers, we, like the proper journalists who are, would resort to old mediums. You know, we don't need fancy digital things.
Would you just
We'll-
expose us for the news?
No, I was going
You'd
to say...
find dirt on us?
I was going to say incendiary devices in the mail.
Finding dirt on our TV wouldn't be difficult at all. All you need to do is get your hands on our archive discs of films made in like 2006. There's a lot of cantable stuff on there.
Just come through the YouTube channel and you'll find something.
Oh, yeah, see, if you look through the Brig archives, it's brilliant. We used to have a gossip section. It was great. And then the editor-in-chief basically had to put out like an apology in one of the print issues.
What?
Why did they have to apologise?
Because they basically created a really toxic section.
You should bring that back and have one of the focuses be on the RTV videos and finding all the...
We fully had a discussion in January about bringing back the gossip section. We all really want it. It's just a bad idea. But, you know.
Sometimes the bad ideas turn out into good ones.
Well, a bunch of the fourth years are leaving, so based on who will be remaining, it's chaos time, baby.
Bring the whole thing down.
Yeah. I mean, been running for 55 years. If you take it down quickly, that's an achievement.
Yeah.
I mean, if Liz Truss could do it.
True.
I think it's impressive that AirTV's not been taken down yet.
How long have we been? Like 20 years?
2002. wasn't it?
Either we turned 20 or 21 in November.
We
Yeah.
do, yeah.
No, we did just there.
Oh, we did just turn
Yeah, it was
30.
either 20 or 21.
I think it was 21 because it was 2002 we were founded, wasn't it?
I think that's when it was like planned but not legally like accepted.
Ah. Damn.
I mean, And I I've been wouldn't meaning to know. look through the big archives at the point because I'm trying to figure out the origins of the whole thing, and we used to be called Video Works, I think. Just wondering if the Briggs ever mentioned that.
No idea. But we all, so for the 55th rendition, basically each editor was assigned like 5 years.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. Or like a a section of time and to go back and sort of recapture the energy of that. So we all had to look through the archives. I didn't do it. In my defence, I got the 2020s.
Oh, yep.
So I just put a goose in and a bunch of other clip art.
That makes sense. I mean,
I really didn't do that much work on my print section. The deputy frame mostly did it. I just added silly things. Now, in my defence, the best compliments I've got is that the section looks really fun and pretty. So, you know, I still stand by Frederick being a good call. And I think the colours are nice. They could be ugly, I don't know. I don't see colour right, that's why I had Freya.
huh.
Oh, actually, that's something I really need to consider. Because I need to actually edit a section myself in like a week and a half, so... poo. I'll just do what I do when I'm clothes shopping, snap my friend and be like, hey, I think this is this colour. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm usually right like half the time.
What colour is Tom wearing at the moment?
Teal?
I'd say it's tealish.
And blue, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm calling myself right enough.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I'm still waiting for Brig to do like his next merch thing.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have our merch either.
Yeah. I think, because a lot of the committee members have one that's like Brig, and then it's their role.
Yeah.
So we'll probably wait till like the AGM when we can get ones that reflect new roles.
Yeah, I mean, I got my hoodie last year that said head of features, and now, you know, he's head of features now,
I'm head
so
of features.
I don't want to wear that around.
Yeah.
You can wear it around, don't worry, your legacy.
True.
You want
Yeah.
legacy.
Well, that's
I
the thing.
essentially helped start Focus.
You did help
Yeah.
start Focus, so
Well,
we have
I
you
mean,
to thank.
according to the playlist, it started 7 years ago. There's an intro video from
Yeah.
7 years ago, then there's no videos until last year.
We found that, like, last November, or just when we were starting it, and then we thought we might as well make this a thing. We made one video, and then nothing happened for like 4 months. So then we got the SMP one up, and then
That was a
started
good one.
another
I like that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I would quite like is I'd quite like to, as we go forward with Focus, this is basically a whole new entity now.
Yeah.
And this is,
I mean, things have to evolve and change.
yeah, not to sound like Tony Blair, but this is new Focus. You know?
Yeah.
This is the next
This is the
gen.
new age.
Yeah, this is the next generation. So, ideally, when putting them up, get them like relabeled, put into a new playlist of like new focuses. Plus, I would like to see about getting a section on the Brig website, and I think I should be able to get that because podcasts has a section. So
Yeah.
why not
I mean,
podcasts?
we have a Focus section on our website, so
We do. Do we?
yeah.
Really?
I didn't know you guys had a website.
I knew we had a website. I
Well,
didn't
I
know we had
hope
a...
we have a website
Why did you take Ron away?
because we filled up the spaces and I didn't want to make it any longer than it was. This is our
Oh,
website. The second someone drops out, I'll put them back on. It's a lovely website.
Welcome to AirTV. It's beautiful. The AirTV
Got a
channel.
channel trailer from over a year ago. And then if you click the features thing, wow, Focus.
It's Focus! I've not actually seen this yet.
Oh look, there's my giant forehead. It's a really foreheady picture.
I spent 2 minutes on that thumbnail. And I had
Yeah, I
great
can
fun.
tell it's my Facebook profile. And it works as a profile picture because it's from very far away.
No, I cropped the shit out of that.
Yeah, I know!
I took it from the Brig website though. I took it from the Brig website.
It's on the Brig website.
It's on the Brig website.
It's not even my
Let's
profile.
bring up the Brig website and compare it. Yeah. You can actually find the Brig website on this.
About us. What we do here. Origins, a committee.
Stirling Media.
Is this a new bit?
No, that's been on for a while.
Oh, is it? I think Focus is new, but I'm not sure.
Starpod.
There's the
There's a lot of election content going up right now. Like, how professional though. mean, it's less fun than your website. It's professional. Hey, there's
Good.
mine. Yeah. I don't think the Campus East one is mine, and there should be another there that it isn't. It may be under features. Yeah, see, that's a better profile picture.
No, I didn't go for that one.
Yeah. There you go. That's the one I was talking about.
I think I saw that one, then I ignored it. I went for another one.
Yeah.
It's an AirTV alumni.
Ah. He's also was head of law and was in politics. Maybe head of that as well. I don't know. I wrote a news article for print. He's
So
shortlisted.
you saw One Life as well?
Yes.
I saw that as well. Did you like it?
I thought the performances were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a
I
pretty spectacular film.
I thought the writing and filmmaking were a bit bland.
Yeah.
But Hopkins and oh my god, I can't remember her name.
The guy that played the younger version of
No, Helena Bonham Carter. Hopkins and Helena Bonham Carter were brilliant. The guy that played the young one, his performance was good, but he got like a lot more of the dramatic stuff. Hopkins worked with a lot less, and he gave a really heavy and emotive performance. It was, I thought it was really good, but the filmmaking was a bit bland.
Yeah. I mean, you should do a double feature of One Life and One Love. Oh, yeah.
I think that's the only film. I did a review of the Doctor Who special, and I think I've done one other film. I cannot remember. I'm doing another in about a week and a half, because I've got Dune Part 2.
Cool. I actually,
That's my favourite article.
I
that I've done.
reviewed the first Dune on this. I wrote some articles back in the first year, I think. Is this my one? Yeah, I wrote this.
That's such a low energy headline. It's just
I don't even know, I don't think I did the headline.
yeah.
I've got no idea. I'm clearly
Definitely a Dennis Villeneuve film.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, my headline for part 2 will probably just be, oh my god guys, Florence Pugh's in this one.
Oh, that was the first one I wrote.
My first one was about soup.
Nice.
Yeah, it was about how soup season was trending on TikTok. And then it was like, if you guys want to make soup, here's a recipe for potato leek. I've still got one in the freezer. I need to finish that. Sorry, unrelated thought.
Well, I think we should cut to a song break, and as you were saying, new focus, you know? This could be that anthem.
You can walk my path. You can wear my shoes. Learn to talk like me.
You've still got one of the mics on.
And be an angel too. But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this way. You ain't never gonna know me. But I know you. Singing in our things can only get better. Can only get better. If we see it through, that means me and I mean you too. So teach me not to think. Can only get better. Can only get. Think it over me, you know. I know that things can only get better. Sometimes lose myself in me. I lose track of time, and I can't see the woods for the trees. You set them alive, burn the bridges as you've gone. I'm too weak to fight you. I got my best like that, I'll be an angel and things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Come in with a tonight. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you, and you show me prejudice and greed, and you've shown me how I must learn to deal with this disease. I look at things now in a different light than I did before, and I found the cause. And I think that you can be my cure. So teach me to walk your path, wear your shoes, talk like that. I'll be an angel, and things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Come in with a tonight. Can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Can only get can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you, and you made me. Can only get
International.
Honestly, I've not even cracked interview questions.
Okay, so why don't you ask these questions to us and we'll try and give you the best answer.
I have so not prepped questions.
We can help you.
We can help. We're
What
very
would
good.
Tom? What would you ask the international officer
Candidate.
candidate?
I mean, only candidates.
How do you feel you can relate to international students in the University of Stirling?
Are they an international student?
They are.
How do you feel you can relate to international students in the University of Stirling?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Can one person from one country really relate to a wide variety of other countries just because they're all in a...
How are you going
That's
to...
quite a
different
good
one?
question,
It's
but it's also quite
It's
pressing.
loaded.
Yeah.
How are you going to incorporate different religious beliefs of many different nationalities into making students feel accepted at the University of Stirling?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wash.
You should do this next year.
Nah, I'm AirTV. I ain't doing big.
You could collaborate.
I can collaborate.
I mean, it's the Focus debate night next week, isn't it?
Focus debate night.
Is that with the union people?
That is with Politics Society.
Oh.
Basically, they do an alternative hustings every year, and I'm sort of just going in and saying, "Sup, there's a new sheriff in town." We have a meeting with them tomorrow.
Which me and Logan are coming to.
Yes. We're meeting with them tomorrow to sort of discuss potential plans.
Yeah.
Ideally, what we want. So usually how it runs at hustings is we go through each candidate. They all get asked the same questions, and then they get asked a question based on their manifesto. That works. That's not what I want to do.
What do you want to do with it?
So I want to take inspiration from BBC Debate Night.
So it's open to the public then, and
Yes.
we could ask the questions?
Yes. So questions initially, we'll have a lot of them prepared by Brig and by Politics Society. Also, just a side
Just
note.
to kind of ease them into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a couple of the candidates cancelled the last couple of years. Hopefully we can basically go, hey, this is a Brig event and it's being broadcasted and everyone's going to see it, so you want some good publicity? Yes. Plus, technically, if we need to invite all of them, because, you know, we need to be objective. We need to have balance. So, what we'd quite like to do, or what I'd quite like to do, is give a single question to all of the candidates. Now, the way it was looking, it was going to be 3 candidates for president, 3 candidates for sport president, 5 for education. It's no longer that. There's now just 2 candidates for sport president. So that may be a little more awkward, but ideally I'm hoping to have the chief take that interview so she can sort of keep things dynamic. The president one should be quite fun, and then the education one could be quite chaotic because there's 5 of them. Annoyingly, there's only 1 president for communities, so we cannot do that round. However, I might reach out to them and see about doing a really quick one-on-one broadcast interview.
Yeah, sounds good.
Though we do already have her individual interview, or going to have written up, because we need to interview all candidates. But just like in the name of being fair and balanced and having everyone a broadcast presence.
Have you managed to interview everyone for the paper round?
No, managed to not yet, but we are scheduling.
Yeah.
We're scheduling to get everyone done. I have.
Hello.
For those at home, Logan has just entered the studio.
I have just entered the studio. It's an honour. Wow.
Is this your first time
It's
in
my
the
first
studio?
time in the studio, yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty cool. There's a picture of like Sal there or something.
Yeah.
It's not
He was
giving me the
actually-
great vibes, but
He was stuck in that cupboard for ages and then we freed him quite recently.
Very nice.
what?
And,
Very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
you know, if you look over that way, you'll see a collection of Buddhism books,
Really?
which no one has ever claimed.
We
So,
looked through those on the Christmas edition.
yeah.
Very
did.
interesting. What are we talking about? What have I came in on?
I don't remember. What was I
Tell me what this is.
But maybe it's good.
Okay, so as I was saying, debate night. The plan is we'll give these questions to all the candidates at once, who will then discuss it amongst themselves. After we've cleared our questions, we'll then hand over to the audience, which ideally will have like sort of a boom mic set up. That kind of depends on you guys. That's not my rodeo.
Yeah, no, we'll get that sorted.
I would like.
If there is an audience, you know, there might not be many folk, but hopefully there is.
I'm hoping.
What day is it on?
Monday. I'm hoping to.
What, this Monday?
This Monday coming up. I'm hoping to get a canvas post out.
How do you actually do that?
No idea. I'm gonna.
Because
ask
I need to
Alex.
figure that out as well upon
I'm gonna.
for our industry now.
Yeah. Apparently, Alex knows these things, so I'm gonna ask Alex.
So if you find out,
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
I mean, if I can't do that, I can definitely go. Adrian, could you put something on the journalism chats, please?
Yeah.
Because
I'm
he
plugging
definitely
it
do
in
that.
the workshop tonight as well, so hopefully we can get some AirTV people there, which
Yeah.
should be good.
Fill out the seat.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Fill out the seats.
Need to
of
fill
it.
up the seats.
You can get some posters printed off. Plaster them over the candidate posters.
Yeah, put them over. You don't want to see who the candidates are. Well, you got to come to debate night.
I can
because-
also put an article, so all our election 2024 coverage is in like its own section on Brig, and I can just put one up there like, debate night scheduled for Monday, be there, or be very disappointed in you.
That would do it.
Something like that, yeah. Might be hard to get posters printed by Monday.
Yeah, plus like, save the turtles.
Yeah, exactly. We care about the environment here
Yeah.
at AirTV.
Indeed, we do.
Bleed green.
Yeah, bleed green.
The bleedy evergreenia.
Shut up. Can I swear on this, by the way?
Yeah,
okay,
you
shut
can
the
say what
fuck
you
up,
want.
Tom.
Yeah. And if we can't, then we're sort of screwed because we have been. Yeah. So that's the current plan with debate night. We're sitting down with the head of Politics Society and maybe a few more of their members tomorrow, to sort of firm things up.
Is it the Politics Society that has the main kind of candidates? Do they come from the Politics Society?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've got no clue.
I mean, for union president, there's 3 people running, one of which is Liam, the current union president. For communities, there's only 1 person running. For sport, there's 2 people running who I know are in sports societies. That's all I know. I really need to research my candidate. In education, you've got a wide range of people. So that should be an interesting fight. They seem to be going on very different platforms, which is fun. And then we're also interviewing all the other candidates, like international officer, media officer, other officers.
A lot of officers.
Yeah, I'm on the elections team. I'm one of the editors, but I've just not been paying attention. I'll be honest. I'm head of multimedia.
If anyone else from the election team is listening to this or listening back, you heard it here first.
Sorry, Finn.
To be perfectly honest, I could not name one person who's running.
Lean.
All I know is that
Okay, yeah,
we were
apart from
recording
Lean.
something yesterday for an assignment. We were in the corridor, and the union candidates, they walk over, they set up a thing, and they start videoing themselves, and interrupting our project. Just talking over us.
You're
lost a lot of
So
respect.
they will not be getting my
Lost some
vote.
votes.
Your president is going for media officer, I think.
Yeah, he
I
is.
heard that down the grapevine, yeah.
Yes. And then someone else is also going for it. Again, I have skimmed. I have an interview in an hour and 15 minutes with one of the candidates, but I'm going to be so
there's-
And he's
No, no.
listening right now.
Yeah, maybe he is.
There's really not much to say about most of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it will make much of a difference to me personally,
Well,
whoever gets any of
He
them.
is running unopposed. But I just need
Well,
to
good
pick
luck.
some
You
decent
can
questions.
vote Ron.
And then
Vote for
next...
Ron, he's a friend to all.
True.
I almost said next tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm interviewing one of the sports candidates who is running opposed, and I still need to figure out what a sport president does.
They deal with the balls.
They
Yeah.
deal with
I don't
balls.
know.
They give you balls.
It's been Murray over the past 2 years, and apparently he's good at it, but I don't know what good at it means. All I really know is that they organise sports ball.
Mm.
And
So it is about the ball.
I don't mean sports ball as in
They
sports
got the
with
one
balls.
ball.
I mean the sports club version
So
of
it's
society.
his job to they've got one ball and he has to transfer it from football to rugby to tennis and make sure
How
they
do
all
they
get
use
their
the same
turn.
ball though? Because they got different balls.
They probably got a
They've just got the
medium-sized
sports
ball, one that could be a football or a tennis ball.
So how do you make a football be a tennis ball? How would you do that, Nathan?
You make it medium-sized.
Make it medium sized, but there's different
You
shapes.
get big rackets.
Prestidigitation. That was a D&D joke that most people will not get.
Me included.
Yeah. It was a joke for me.
Fair enough. And maybe any listeners out there who play D&D.
And we
In
played
which
it on
case,
this
D&D
very
Society every Thursday night.
We had a D&D special here once. So
Did we?
yeah.
I watched a bit of it.
Honestly, given the D&D nerds, I know that would be sort of insufferable to listen to because we sort of just all info dump each other and we all have the same chaos gremlin energy. It's brilliant, but from an outsider, it will look like we're speaking, well,
Gibberish.
not even a real language. It'd be like we're speaking Klingon or something.
Klingon. Is that the Star Trek thing?
Yeah, that's just Star
Yes.
Trek thing.
I'm surprised I got that
Vulcans
actually. Yeah.
speak Klingon.
Oh. I don't know what
Do you
Vulcans
say
are.
Vulcans speak Klingon?
I think Vulcans do speak Klingon.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that just because they're bilingual or?
Yeah.
I know Klingons speak Klingon.
Yeah, but Vulcans also speak Klingon.
The more you know.
I don't
know what any of them mean.
I don't really know Star Trek. I know little bits through cultural osmosis.
Well, I mean, now I know that Klingons speak Klingon.
Well, yeah.
That
remains to be
might,
seen.
that might come in handy at a pub quiz one day.
Yeah, it could actually. Are they the ones with the weird ears?
No, Vulcans.
That's
are the ones
Vulcans. They're the ones that look like Vulcans. Basically look like space elves.
Spock.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know Spock.
Yeah.
I thought you were like going for a high
No
five
one's
there. I
going for
thought that, okay.
Yeah. Live long,
High five, I know it's
live long
Spock.
and prosper and shit. So, debate night, Monday. Brig is interviewing all candidates. We should get them all done. If we don't, that'll be a problem. We got in trouble for that last year for almost tanking the election.
Who gave you into trouble?
Head of the union, I think. I mean, I would just like to point out the fact that missing one candidate almost tanked the whole election just shows how powerful student journalism is. So,
How did it tank the election?
no idea. I think we didn't put up one post for someone who wanted to be union president, which, you know,
I
could-
guess that's a pretty big one.
yeah, which could have been seen as tampering with the vote, but it was not a big deal because someone else won.
So
it.
we've already kind of figured out that the Brig committee is a little bit corrupt.
We're not corrupt.
We're hearing you've
You're
been
corrupt.
interfering.
We're
in
not
elections.
corrupt. We just have potential to be corrupt in the future. When the fourth years leave, chaos reigns. It's going to be fun.
But you said you're going to bribe your way into keeping you.
No, I said
But you said blackmail.
I
That's even
said
worse.
I have the potential to consider blackmail. I don't think I'm going to need to. But if I need to, I'm prepared to do that.
And we will create a focus expose on it.
Yeah.
No, you'll try.
We will.
I won't leave a paper trail.
I feel like we've learned a lot today about the Brig. Tanking
Really?
elections and
Potentially
Corruption, internal corruption.
and potential corruption.
Potential corruption.
These are all potential things. You can't say anything about it or you're liable.
yeah.
Hypothetical
Oh, yeah.
corruption.
Liable's only
Has the Brig ever been sued?
Yes. A few months ago.
Really?
Really?
Or recently?
That was for use of a copyrighted image from an article from 7 years ago by someone who did not like the coverage they got. But we were prepared to pay it, then we found out the image was from an article from 7 years ago, meaning they'd actually have to deal with the editor-in-chief from 7 years ago, and also like statute of limitation and shit. So we did not pay and we've not gone to trouble for it. So, yeah.
More controversy.
Yeah, I mean, we've only been sued once. I think, see, if we're getting sued for something that's being written, it's probably going to be me that writes what we get sued about. Because I had the streak of writing a lot of stuff about the Tories. It was very fun. I got to open my first politics article with the line, like a bad smell that just won't go away. Nigel Farage has returned to the forefront of British politics this week.
I think that's fair enough.
And I
Yeah,
also got
that's
to refer to him slithering at several points.
Yeah.
Have you seen his cameo?
Those cameos.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
People have got him to say the most ridiculous
Big
things.
Chungus.
yeah, he talks about Big Chungus, talks about all sorts of shit. It's very insightful.
Maybe RTV and Brig could split the cost and we could pay for a cameo from him. And we could pay for a cameo of him talking about Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be a special Vox
Yeah.
box.
Watch
I could,
Focus. Get him to tell people to watch Focus. That'd be really funny.
I
He can
could-
be at the end of every video saying, "Hello, it's
Thanks for
me,
watching
Nigel
Focus."
Farage." Click down below.
I could go nag Nicola Sturgeon's parents and where they live.
Ooh.
Okay.
That sounds a lot creepier than it is. My grandparents just know her parents. My mum went to school with her, so
My mum went to uni with her.
yeah.
Got a lot of connections.
Mine's a lot less impressive because my secondary school was a shithole.
Nigel Farage is only £90.
We could get him to say,
£45 each. You've got
Yeah.
all the money. If we all buy a
I'll
Brig
speak-
membership,
Yeah,
that kind
that's-
of covers it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
if
does
you all buy a Brig, if
Yes.
3 people buy a Brig membership, that's Brig share covered.
Yeah.
I will speak to. Hey, look, it's your president.
Kyle
Oh, yeah,
Bruce.
it's Kyle.
Is that up just now?
Yeah.
I want
Can
to
we-
help the little guy. Are we all the
So-
little guy then?
Click on it. I want to see who's written that one.
Who's the smallest person here? Because that's who Kyle wants to help.
Who's it by? Oh, the big one.
What's the,
So she's
how
not
do
the
you mean
little
the
guy.
big one?
Politics editor and head of elections.
So the
I've
big one
been
interviewed
president
the
of
little one.
RTV for a few years. He's been president for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Hey, if you want a retraction,
You
That
gotta,
needs
you gotta
change.
fix that.
He's not Cal Coney.
What did you say?
I'll
He's been-
pretend I
I've
get that
been-
He's been
reference.
president for years.
I've been president of RTV for a few years.
Did he say
That's a
that?
misquote, maybe.
It must be.
Must be a typo because he's been in AirTV a few years.
Is this an attempt to tank another election?
Probably.
I'm just confused because he's like picture for it kind of looks like he's about to go on a hunt.
Has he's got like a little camel jacket?
Yeah,
on?
and he's standing like
Right.
he's got a little camel thing, and then the hat, and he's standing by the loch.
It's not as good as.
It's
Kieran's one.
his messenger profile picture. It
Let's
is his
see if
messenger.
Kieran's one is up there. Everyone that has ran for media officers just chased what Kieran did originally.
You'll find it on ours one.
No, it's here. Oh, it's gone. That's his picture. Everyone's chased it ever since.
I can see why.
It's still in the media office.
Mm.
If we ever get it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one can only hope.
Maybe one day.
Is there any like progress to let us know about?
I'm sure the media office will be open in September.
Yeah.
Better be. I need a place to edit.
Yeah.
Got a whole summer to figure
I mean,
it
the
out.
break has like 2 seats. We have 2 seats.
It's a fair.
R3 has 2 seats, so they're for
But they
game
don't really
use
need
it.
it,
They don't come in, so it's for a game for whoever wants to take them.
I suggest we claim them for focus and make them neutral ground.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Seems fine by
A
me.
focus desk, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite funny because it used to be kind of very messy and kind of all joined together, and then they did a clear out, and it's like one half of the room is RTV's bit, and the other half is the Briggs bit, and it's like a very clear divide.
Damn.
Well, we can bridge this divide in a sort of broadcasting Romeo and Juliet, but instead of forbidden romance, it's statistics and jokes about the king having cancer.
That's the kind
Which
of
I
journalism
Should we
we like.
make a video about them?
Yeah.
No,
An
but the
episode?
opening of the new Focus has me saying the line, and it turns out the king's royal jewels are cancerous. Or the king's crown jewels are cancerous, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say on broadcast, but
It's a good thing that's one not getting released, then, isn't it?
that's true. Yeah,
Is
that-
it
Wait, did we
getting
find out
released?
what type of cancer he had? Is it
Prostate.
prostate? I thought it wasn't prostate.
it's
isn't it?
prostate. That's why I said his crown
Right,
jewels
okay,
are
yeah.
cancerous.
Because I thought they were saying it wasn't prostate, but
That's
it turns
what
out
What's
it is.
prostate?
No, I remember when it first came out, they were saying. Maybe I'm just being an idiot here, but I thought they were saying
No, I
it's
think I
cancer.
agree
It's
with
just
you.
not
They
prostate
didn't.
cancer.
They didn't clarify what it was because Buckingham Palace really doesn't like to reveal anything about the royals' health unless they're forced to.
I mean, I still think Kate's dead at the moment.
You think Kate's dead?
Yeah, she's in hospital. No one's seen her. There's been no pictures. I think she's dead.
Who's dead?
Okay.
William's wife.
Oh, Kate's
Oh,
dead.
you know.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think she's dead.
I mean,
Was she at the BAFTAs the other day? Because I know she.
no.
Kate Blanchett was next to her.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's such an upgrade in terms of Kate's, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, nothing against Kate Middleton, but everyone loses to Kate Blanchett because she's Kate Blanchett.
Except whoever won the Oscar over her.
Michelle Yeoh
Michelle
last
Yeoh.
year.
I didn't agree with
Okay.
that. I thought she should have won for Tar.
Tar was brilliant.
I'm a big Tar fan.
I
Big
lo-
Tar head.
I loved Tar, but it was not Everything Everywhere All at Once.
It was
I
better.
feel like things are gonna get heated.
Yeah, I
Everything
know.
Everywhere All at Once was an absolute masterpiece. Tar was a brilliant performance that really carried that film.
A banging film.
I gotta say, Banshees of Inisherin close both of them.
I agree that as well. I agree with that as well. But I'm a big Tar head, big Tar fan.
I mean, what do you think is going to win this year?
I think it's Oppenheimer.
I mean, we
I
should
was
have
hoping
the-
for the holdovers, but
I really
I
don't
was
want
with Paul.
Oppenheimer to win.
I think
it will be
different.
Oppenheimer.
I
probably.
don't
That
think
will be it.
Oppenheimer was that good.
I agree. I wasn't.
It was
massive
really
fan.
good. Here's what it was. I've just realised that every time I've been in this room twice now, and every time I end up talking about Oppenheimer, ironically, considering the subject matter, it lacked a certain spark. It was very much Nolan at his Nolaniest,
Yeah.
but in a good way, whereas Tenet was Nolan at his Nolanist in a bad way.
Do you know who the second unit director of Tenet is? He's an RTV alumni.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming back in, what is it, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Industry night plug.
Yeah.
My choice for Best Picture this year is Poor Things.
I've not seen it yet,
It's
but
very good.
Yes.
it
I like
releases in McRobertson, doesn't it?
I think, has it not already been in McRoberts? I thought it would have been already.
I think
But
that's
it's coming back. They're
of
playing
them
all the
again,
best
yeah.
pictures.
I'll catch it then.
We saw Madam Web last night.
Holy fuck, that is awful.
It was a
You
terrible,
wanna give
terrible
me a
movie.
review?
Yeah, this is my review.
It was awful. Dog shit.
I mean, I kind of liked it because it was dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Johnson in that movie is like,
Awful.
you can tell she just does not give a fuck at all.
You can tell she
It's
does
so
not
funny.
want to be in that movie. She's just
I've seen her
miserable.
interviews.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem.
She doesn't know anything about it.
No, she's just miserable, and then yeah, it's just
The guy, Adam Scott, is in it. You know, he's in
Yeah.
Step Brothers and
He
that.
plays. Is it a spoiler to say he
I don't
plays
think it's a
Uncle
spoiler.
Ben?
Yeah, he plays Uncle Ben.
Or pre-Uncle Ben?
Yeah, pre-Uncle Ben.
Ben.
Maybe post-Uncle Ben for those who have seen Madam Web out there.
We don't know.
Mm.
yeah, it's just awful. And then but then he doesn't have a backstory. They don't give him why is he doing this. They don't give him a backstory.
I don't
What's
know.
the
I don't know why.
villain's name?
What is
They
it?
just give him a backstory. They don't. He's just doing bad things. And they don't tell
What genuinely is the villain's name? I genuinely don't
I
know
don't
that.
fucking
See,
know. It's
90%.
irrelevant.
The villain's like audio, everything he says is ADR. Like, it's so obvious ADR as well.
I've
just,
seen
like-
a couple of clips from the end of it, and it is the most horrific CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
It's so bad.
astounding. Like, I mean, I never seen Morbius, but Madam Web, I'm guessing, is on that level.
Morbius
I mean, I'm
seemed
lucky
like it
enough
was,
to not have caught any of the Sony kind of spin-offs. but
Yeah,
Venom
Morbius
2 is
seems
quite
like
funny.
it was fun bad, whereas Madam Web just seems bad.
It's
At
just
least
bad.
Morbius gave us the clip of Matt Smith dancing. Like that's the only thing I'm thankful for.
I think he
Morbius.
got tricked to be in Morbius.
Oh yeah, no, he thought he was
Yeah.
in an MCU movie.
I think
I
it was like
Because
the
did he
same
not
thing.
ask Karen Gillan?
Yeah, he did.
She was the,
Yeah.
I also think Sydney Sweeney thought she was in the
Yeah,
MCU.
yeah, I've seen an interview with her.
Yeah, Sony just seems to be kind of like
I find that so funny.
trying to convince celebrities they're going to be in the MCU. I'm still, just speaking of Matt Smith, I'm really annoyed that he's not Mr. Fantastic. I think he would have been brilliant in that. And I don't
I'm not quite convinced
like
by Pedro being.
Pedro. I don't like
Yeah.
Pedro in the role. I love Pedro Pascal. I do not love him in that role.
I think
to be
he's
honest,
going down a bad path, Pedro.
I think
like
he's
his
too
stuff.
old for the role.
Yeah, it's like
He's gone
50.
from being like
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones where he was
Yeah.
fucking awesome to like just got a bit.
Yeah, he seems to do two types of role right now: fun, quippy guy, or sad dad escorting mystical child.
Yeah.
Which it's weird that he did that twice in a row.
It's funny, he's just not on the set of Mandalorian at all now. Because the thing is, at the end of season 2, it was meant to be like, oh yeah, he's going away from his Mandalorian past or whatever by taking his helmet off. But now that they don't
It's
have
too
Pedro
expensive.
Pascal, they don't do it anymore.
I really think they should have let Grogu not come back for
Yeah.
season 2.
Like, I've stopped watching it because you had to watch Boba Fett to understand what
You had
happened.
to
So I
watch
never-
one
and-
episode of Boba Fett.
I never
really-
got around to watching it because then it's like I would have watched it, but it's like you need to watch the first 2 seasons and you need to watch Boba Fett. Then you really should watch the Clone Wars to understand Ahsoka. And you need to
Yeah.
watch the Rebels
I
as
do
well.
find it really funny that in the book of Boba Fett they just knew it was bad, so they added a 7th episode that was clearly meant to be the first episode of Mandalorian season 3.
And the whole deep fake thing, like,
Oh
it's not
yeah, it
It's
doesn't
not
look
good.
good.
It looks like it was not good.
I wish they just got another actor.
good.
I
Who
Even
cares?
just like the guy that's kind of doing the stand-in work for it, like,
Yeah, did he look like?
the
Yeah.
the problem with season 3 is with Grogu back they can't do the story they were clearly going to do in Mandalorian Restoration. I just want to see more Bo-Katan. Like I really
I don't know who that is, but I
Wait, no, I
agree.
do know who that is. That's the
Mandalorian leader lady.
the ginger one.
Yes.
Yeah,
She,
she is.
she was in Clone Wars and actually got her voice actress back
Mm.
as the actress, and she looks scarily like the animated character.
Mm.
It's a bit messed up that like they do that for some of the characters, but not all of them.
I get why they didn't do it with Ahsoka,
Yeah.
but my problem is she looks exactly like young Ahsoka, so at least in the flashback they should have had the voice actress do it.
Mm.
It's the wee girl from Barbie.
It
isn't
is
it?
the wee
Yeah.
girl from Barbie, which is weird.
Yeah.
She was also like something else relatively big recently.
She's in the Borderlands movie, which has a trailer today, and I'm really interested in it because it looks so bad.
I don't care about Borderlands, but
Same.
I will see it because Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis are in it. So that's enough for
It's been in like development hell for years. It was shot before Tar, and that came out ages ago. And you know Craig Mazin, he wrote like Chernobyl and The
Yeah.
Last of Us. He's the writer on it, and he like took his name off it and put like a pseudonym on it.
Fair
He's
enough.
so embarrassed by it.
That's such a weird vibe change.
Yeah.
Going from Chernobyl and The Last of Us
To Borderlands, yeah. But no, he was like a weird comedy guy. He done like really shit comedies before Chernobyl. I think Identity Theft.
Do you think Kate Blanchett spoke to William about this?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Got him on the Borderlands hype train. Who knows?
I don't know.
But yeah, I think Kate Middleton is dead.
Have you seen the marketing stuff for Wicked Little Letters?
Oh, that movie.
Oh yeah, I think that actually looks really funny.
I've not seen any trailer for it. I've just seen the interviews for it, and it's brilliant because their entire marketing campaign is about Olivia Colman and the other actors' favourite swear words, and it's brilliant.
I've not seen that, but the trailer looks good.
It's apparently really funny.
I love Olivia Colman and I love Jessie Buckley. They're like my two of my favourite actresses right now. But I feel like I just can't be bothered with that film.
It's just a fun British comedy about swearing.
I get the trailer every time I go to the cinema now, and I'm getting so bored of it.
I've really not been to the cinema that much in the last year. I went a ridiculous amount in first year. I've just been busy.
I think I'm at least 5 times a month now.
I used to be like that. Like, I had a limitless card for Odeon and I was there all the time.
Really? I've never got the McRoberts anymore, even though it's like £2.50. Because they get every movie like so late, like 2 or 3 weeks after it's out.
My plan is to like watch a bunch of the Oscar nominations when they come there.
Yeah, I've seen all the Best Picture nominees except from American Fiction. I don't know if I can be bothered.
I've only seen a couple, to be honest. I just really don't want Oppenheimer to win.
I kind of hope it wins.
Let's see
I
the
feel like
first
it's a
things.
done
No,
deal.
Yeah.
The Holdovers sweep. It's
Holdovers
over.
was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
It was a really good film.
I feel like I'd quite like Christopher Nolan to win Best Picture
Yeah.
now, so he can do whatever he wants. Because I feel like he wants to win Best Picture.
I think he's already been able to do whatever he wants, and when that happened, we got Tenet. So
I like Tenet.
I don't
As I
like,
say, the second unit director of
Yeah.
that will be coming to the RTV Industry Night. So
Tenet was like
we're
Look
all
out for
big
that one.
fans
people
here.
say it was really confusing. I fully understood it, but it's like it's just confusing. It's not confusing to tell a story.
But we'll
For good
admit that all the
reasons.
second unit stuff,
Yeah,
that was
oof,
Yeah.
fantastic.
lovely
You did a
stuff.
great
Coverage.
job.
I think he kind of surpassed Nolan
Yeah.
in that regard.
In fact, all the flaws of Tenet would be fixed if this guy.
Yeah, if he directed all of it.
What's his name again?
Rory Power Gibb.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah. He would have been a much better, maybe even better director for Oppenheimer as well.
It would have given that spark. That it
Yeah.
really needed.
Subtle guys, good job.
I think Killers of the Flower Moon should win it.
Yeah, it's
my
kind of
favourite.
been. Probably won't even win anything.
Yeah,
I
I want Lily
I
Gladstone.
mean, it
to
was
win.
crazy that the BAFTAs didn't even nominate her.
Yeah, I
or
was really
Scorsese
annoyed by
for it.
that.
Like,
I think I've not watched it, and I don't know many people who've watched it because it's like a 3-hour runtime, and it's just
Oh yeah,
it seems like a chore to watch.
I love a good long movie.
Yeah, but sometimes
Sit
it's
in
just like,
darkness for 3
Like,
hours.
I-
Forget about the world.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep at some point during the Oppenheimer. Well, no, I wasn't asleep. I was on the verge between sleeping and not sleeping.
you were resting your eyes.
For context, I jumped out of a plane earlier that morning. Then I watched Barbie. Then I watched Oppenheimer.
I would do it too.
See, I done that,
I
except I
watched
didn't
it
jump out
I
of a
watched
plane.
it on the same day in America. It was really cool.
Yeah, basically, I was turning 20, so I jumped out of a plane and got a tattoo, and I did Barbie and Oppenheimer in the middle. I cannot tell you
Wait,
what
so did
happened.
you just like, get a flight or were you skydiving?
Skydiving.
Oh, I thought you
Alright. Jump.
Basically, I cannot tell you anything that happened between the nuke going off and Emily Blunt monologuing at a tribunal. Cannot tell you anything that happened between those two.
It was probably like something to do with the military and
Yeah.
bureaucracy, something like that.
communist.
Yeah.
I do find it really funny that the film basically treats... See the way the MCU treats cameos?
Yeah, with
Oh,
JFK.
Oh no, I'm thinking that's how they treat
Just random character
That's how
actors
they
who
treat-
show up.
Einstein. It's like he pops
Yeah,
up like he's Nick
Find
Fury.
the car, yeah. Oh, I love how there's just so many random actors who pop up in that
Yeah,
film.
Rami Malek is in it for one line. Young Han Solo's in it.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah,
He's a fucking brilliant actor, and he should be in more stuff.
yeah. The problem with the Solo movie was not him. The problem with the Solo movie is no one wanted a Solo movie.
Yeah.
True.
hmm
Like,
That'll do it, Tim.
Yeah.
make that about.
I never watched it.
Just see if you keep it exactly the same, but make it about a random new smuggler character.
Andor.
Yeah.
Andor is really good.
It
I don't know
is.
if he's watched it. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Andor is very good. I like it.
But I'm still happy that Solo exists, just because of Donald Glover's Lando. I love
Yeah.
Donald Glover and I love Lando, and
He's getting his own show, isn't he?
At
well,
some
he's meant
point.
to have been for the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly how I would want that show to run. I would want Billy D. Williams basically telling stories of his past exploits, and when it does, it cuts to Donald Glover like
Yeah.
doing the thing.
Hmm.
I want them to just do random shit. Like I don't care about the whole tying into the Mandoverse or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. I just
You're
want
not
them to do-
excited for like Dave Filoni's film that
Oh
comes
my
out in
God,
like 8 years or whatever?
I do not fucking care whatsoever about that. They're doing a Mandalorian movie as well now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like, there's meant to be the tie-up of that, but also now Mandalorian and Grogu is a movie.
Yeah, and
The
then
only part of that I care about is Ahsoka. But that's just because I grew up on Clone Wars.
I grew up on Clone Wars and I still don't even care.
I grew up on the one Clone Wars season DVD we had in the house.
Did you ever
I
play the
had,
Lego
I had
movie?
that as well. I got it with
Yeah.
I got a toy lightsaber. I got this one one
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
It was a blue cover.
Yeah, it was.
Can't remember.
probably was.
The Lego game is really good.
Got access to watch
Big
all
fan.
of it now on Disney, but don't have the time.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
Exactly.
That's really good.
the one
Um,
season I watched was very good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all very good. I think season 1 is where it's a bit sticky. I think season 3 is where it really like picks
Yeah.
up and finds itself though.
The
I
weird
think-
thing about it is there's just like random Jar Jar Binks episodes or just like droid episodes thrown
Yes.
in.
I think
Feel free to
it's
skip
all
those.
very good. It just really picks up and gets properly
Yeah.
good. Season 3, 4, it's like
The arc at the end of season 5 and the arc at the end of season 7 are better than most of the movies. So the Obi-Wan on Mandalore arc, better than most of the movies, and the Siege of Mandalore arc is like legit.
that's a really good arc.
It
See,
would legitimately be top.
I've got a
Star Wars.
controversial Star Wars opinion. Last Jedi is my favourite Star Wars movie.
You-
And I
I like
The
it a lot.
Last
I think it's-
Jedi had so much good stuff in it, and then there's the comedy
Yeah.
and Canto
Very
Bite.
much.
Right, here's how you fix Canto Bite. It's really simple. Remove Rose,
quite like Rose.
put Finn in.
Controversial opinion.
Look, do you know, here's the problem with Rose. She explains the horrors of war to
Uh-huh.
a child soldier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What
Remove,
bit is
I
that?
can't
again?
remember that bit.
remove Rose, put Finn in her position, and have him explain the horrors of war to Poe. Easy fix. And put both
Oh,
the
is
storylines.
Finn the child of the
Yeah.
child?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
the code breaker is dumb. Make him Lando.
Is that Benicio del Toro's character?
Yes. Make him Lando.
I quite like
that makes so much sense. Then with the comedy, just remove most of it. As for the Luke and Ray stuff, change nothing. It's brilliant.
This might be controversial, but my favourite is Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi is very good. I think mine was Revenge of the Sith. I'm very much.
I don't
Revenge
have
of the
that
Sith
connection with Star Wars anymore. Like I liked it when I was a
Yeah.
kid, but then I
No,
rewatched
it's
them. I
just
didn't really care.
Twitter on a Wednesday morning, you see people posting spoilers about the shows. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Jack.
That
Then I went on it one
I
morning.
was
And it's
saying
like Jack
oh,
Black and
Hayden-
Lizzo or some
Hayden
shit.
Christensen's back.
was
That's
quite fun, to
interesting.
be
I'm not
honest.
watching it, but
My relationship with Star Wars used to be really into it. Now it's similar to the MCU. I just casually consume it, except in a few instances where characters I really like show up.
yeah.
It's like with Star Wars, I don't care unless Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, or Princess Leia or Lando are there. With Marvel, I don't really care unless the Scarlet Witch is in it.
I like Doctor Strange. That new one.
I like
Like Daredevil, Born Again.
Oh yeah.
That's what
I'm
it's at.
hoping that's good. If it's shit,
When we've got
They already
Daredevil
binned it all,
pushing
though.
things
Yeah.
out for
Bang.
wins.
that really worried me. But
The one Marvel project I'm looking forward to is like the Agatha show, because it's the magic stuff.
That's
I
interesting.
really like Catherine Hahn. Aubrey Plaza's going to be in it.
Eric Andre's in it.
Yeah,
For some reason.
Joe Locke's in it. It's just a bunch of really funny actors doing witchcraft. That's great. Plus, hopefully Elizabeth Olsen's in it.
You don't know. Maybe we will.
We don't.
I wish we could have some sort of AirTV exclusive, but I've not got those
We
connections.
don't have the scoop.
Yeah, we don't have it.
So, speaking of, let's bring it back to focus, because
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's
Oh,
focus in on
yeah,
focus.
Yeah.
20 minutes
Do you
left.
ever
and that's
see
technically-
Focus
the
again.
King Charles focus video?
That one flopped a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Um,
it's a classic.
It is a classic, but it is a bit.
I've
Yeah.
It's the
done,
most fun I've ever had filming a factory.
Oh, it was good fun. I think I was on camera for that one, but it was really, really good fun.
I think I've done 4 of them now.
And this
I've
one with
been
Henry.
in front of the camera. So I've done the parking situation.
It's a good one.
The one that you guys bullied me into doing, basically.
Unfortunately, it
Excel-
didn't change the situation.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Still the same.
Oh, for the Henry one. I love the Henry one.
Yeah, the King Charles. one.
The Excel bully ban I did. That one was
Oh yeah, that was.
annoying to ship.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go back to town to do it again, but
The conscription one, which really surprised me about how few people had heard about it,
yeah,
and then the Greedy Jerry one, which I liked because it works so much better in the new format.
I really like the Greedy Jerry one. I
Yeah.
feel that's an interesting thing we could talk about.
Are we not getting to see it then?
Maybe
you'll
not.
get to see it.
That's good.
Maybe not the public.
The
Maybe
public
if you
will
find
not
the
get to see
unlisted link when I eventually edit it,
it. Yeah.
Oh.
at some point.
Yeah.
So, what is the reason it's not being released to the public?
because
It's
it's,
not-
it's proof of concept, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very rough, and also one of the sections is literally just me talking about sports, and I
Yeah.
actually say in sports news, teams played games, some won, some lost, kicky people kicked, the running people ran, and the small niche clubs existed. Back
Maybe
then.
we should have bleak green. We can have a bleak
Completely
green bit
green,
on
yeah.
it.
That was the plan. Luca prepped me like a brief, not a script. So I had some stats on who'd won in that, and we just kind of improved it and vamped. The politics section, one of my writers was meant to write, he did not. I had to write it all in like 15 minutes.
Maybe
what
we
was he
could.
doing in the room when we were filming?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought that was him writing the
No, I
script.
think that was classwork.
Oh.
The weird and wonderful section actually was prepped in advance and did really well, so I'm very thankful for Jodie.
What was
Well,
in
Weird
the...
and Wonderful, is it like uni stuff?
No, the topics covered were dive bombing seagulls, causing the council to urge people to wear helmets and hide their fish and chips.
Oh, you ever been to Dundee?
Winston.
I haven't.
I think.
Well, there's a lot of
I
seagulls
have.
there. If you go about with a Greggs, you'll get your sausage roll nicked.
Oh yeah, I had a Taco Bell ripped out of my hand by a seagull.
In
well,
Dundee?
he would be doing you a favour
no.
because Taco Bell's
Dundee's
dog shit.
mascot is coming to industry.
Really?
Yeah, Big D himself.
Big D.
Yeah.
The other ones we covered was Winston Churchill's false teeth sold at auction, and a donkey that had like congestion in his stomach had it broken up with 24 litres of Coca-Cola. Pretty cool. So yeah, the format for Focus going forward is we'll have the main news piece presented by our main host, which for a while will be me. Then we'll have our various segments. In the proof of concept video, it's all other desks. In the future, we want to have.
But we say other desks. It is the same desk, but
Yes, it's
you know,
the same desk
metaphorically
with
here.
different props on it.
We're on a budget. We don't have multiple desks.
Yes.
Are we on a budget?
We
Do
throw.
we have a budget?
We don't have a budget. You are our budget, Ben.
Yeah, there was 3. If it makes you feel better, we don't have a treasurer.
How come, by the way?
The secretary handled that.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Oh.
I think
I
sec-
thought core committee could only be in one position.
yeah, I think treasurer is just under the brand of secretary for Brig. Or it might be under.
We
de-
should
editor
look at
chief.
that.
So yeah, we had 3 desks on that, and the core desk, so 4 in total. I hosted 3 of them. Then
Did you have like a different outfit on for each of them?
no, I had different props on my desk though.
Close enough.
Then in the future we want to have field pieces,
Yeah.
so like reports and a relevant location to them. Maybe some sit-down interviews, and potentially like just weird fun features.
I like the sit down interviews, doing random stuff. The desk stuff, I feel like could be good as like an introduction to all this kind of random.
Yeah, we'll always
Random
have
stuff.
the core news desk
Yeah.
that covers a big story, throws to some desks, covers a second big story or a second part of that main story, and it's a good flow.
And is it right you were thinking of using a green screen for it?
We were, but I don't know.
That has been pitched. Yeah.
It's been pitched by.
What we'd like to do is for the main desk have relevant pictures just pop up in the corner. Again, very much stealing from last week tonight. Also, we want to have different people on it all the time. It'd be good to pitch to brig writers, but also AirTV people.
Yeah.
The concept is have them write their own script, and then we'll just have it filmed. It can be a desk, it can be a field piece, whatever they want. And then eventually even the main host gig will be covered by someone else. And it would also be really nice to have someone to send to do vox pops, because I don't want to. We're also prepping a second format, which is the
Panel?
panel.
Yeah, the panel.
Will be two different flavours of panel. So there'll be a debate panel and there'll be a round table. So the debate is for like political issues, areas where people have like various opinions, debating something. Pretty simple. The round table will be on an issue where it is not a debate. There is a right answer.
When we have our film festival at the end of the year, would you be interested in doing a director's round table?
I'd like that.
That would be a brilliant idea.
That would be quite
That'd be
fun.
fun. An actors episode. That'd be
And then
great.
an acting one as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
It's an acting one.
I could maybe see about getting Crockett on it, the film editor.
Mm-hmm.
So like the round table will be for fun things, but also for tough issues. Like the one we're currently planning is the prevalence of transphobia in British politics.
Yeah.
So that's not a debate, and it's also not going to be fun. But it'll be it can be some good TV.
Get the Tory on that one.
Yes.
I'll never forget when we were doing the SNP one. It's like everyone we were asking was for Humza, and then we wanted it to be balanced, so we couldn't find anyone. And then right at the end of the shoot, there was this guy, and we asked him, and he was a Kate Forbes fan. It was like, finally, a right wing person.
We're also prepping. We also want to do specials, so like one-time things. Debate night's a really good example of that. When there's a relevant piece or someone just has a good idea, making a new format for that one-time thing. Which the whole point of the reboot of Focus or the reinvention is to give us a lot more freedom to do things, and I really like what we've worked up so far. And I think over the next 2 years we've got massive potential for growth.
Yeah. Our legacy.
Yeah.
I think, as long as we all get re-elected.
Yeah.
Screw print journalism. Let's go all in on
Yeah.
broadcast.
Media. Yeah, broadcast. I was just learning about this with Greg.
With Greg
For the last,
saying.
Greg saying, for the last hour.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested this week, but I found out this is the one thing I couldn't write my assignment on. So it's like, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite annoyed because there's a broadcast journalism module next semester.
Yeah.
Because I'm a joint student, I can't do it.
Oh.
So I'm basically
Really?
just going to go, hey, Adrian, you want to make an exception?
Yeah, how can you not do it?
Because I'm a joint student, I think.
I'm a joint student. Wait, what are you doing?
I was a joint
journalism
student and then I
politics.
gave it up.
Oh, because we're film, we might be able to do it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What are you joint studying?
Yeah, journalism as well.
Oh.
Film, media, journalism.
I was doing history and then I dropped it. Because I didn't realise I was a joint student.
Yeah, when I started, I was just doing journalism, and then I
Yeah.
changed to be joint. I don't know, I kind
So
of.
that was the same with me. I was just film, and then I wanted to do. I looked at the module choices for this year, and I was like, "This is dog shit." So I wanted to be journalism again because I took it last year. Quite liked it,
Yeah.
and it is quite a good module. I'm enjoying
Though,
journalism.
to be fair, last semester I really enjoyed politics.
Mhm.
Fucking hated this semester. It's about. So it's great political thinkers, which is here's the musings of dead men. they're all just pessimistic as hell, and great. And then comparative politics, which is here's politics as a science. By the way, it doesn't work.
It's good to know.
Yeah,
Damn.
Fills me with confidence.
yeah. I'm really excited for our future.
But international politics was fun. I got to write about private military corporations and how they kind of get to ignore the Geneva Convention, and then about carbon credits.
Well, as I say, for my third year class last week, I was cutting up bits of paper for a zine. So I think we're all on the same level here.
Yeah, glad the bread could be reduced, reused, recycled.
Colouring in and gluing bits of paper together.
Let me tell you though, digital storytelling, that's a good module.
Yeah.
Introduction to digital storytelling.
Talking to Stuart yesterday and he was saying
Really?
it was going well.
Yeah, no, we're pitching to him next week.
Yeah, I've got no idea what I'm doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
You know exactly what you call good for you.
Yeah, I've got a plan, I've got a little board out and everything. Millinote.
Maybe I'll be...
The pitch we did for that last year was like all of us in a room and you could kind of say whatever and they said, yeah, that's fine.
We've got little groups of 6 of us.
Yeah.
Might do the BD of a greenia.
Kill yourself.
Kill myself. Well,
Yeah.
that's a bit rude.
Over the next 3 days, I need to push out like 5 articles for Brig. And then once that's, and do 2 interviews and have our meeting about debate night. And then once that's done, I need to start my city council article for journalism.
Oh yeah, I need to do that too.
I'm doing something to do with the budget, I think.
I haven't even looked at it yet.
I'm neither of I.
When's it in for?
Next Friday.
Yes. But
I've
we
got
have
an
no-
essay due on Monday and I've not done anything in it for it.
We're also meeting the provost.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Okay, well, the Brig people are, because we're responsible journalists.
Who are these people?
Like head of the Stirling City Council.
Are we supposed to meet them?
Well, the journalism class is.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Um,
I don't need to do anything.
You don't need to meet the provost.
So, and basically it'd be good if we've already done some of our articles, we can ask a relevant question and get a quote. I think my article's going to be about the budget with a focus on the psychopath that's overdue
yeah.
and over budget.
Yeah, I'm
Keeping
going to
it
do the cycle.
focused.
Don't steal that,
Yeah.
that's mine.
I might start off with a little bit of psychopaths, maybe throw in some accommodation on the way to kind of relate it to that. Because it's like, where are you cycling to?
Yeah.
The accommodation.
Why is your budget going to this?
Yeah. Should be going into, I don't know, better uni links.
Destroying necks of bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
exact
I know.
same problem we're facing here. Why are we giving Jerry a raise when the buildings are falling apart?
Yeah, Jerry, if you're listening. I don't want to say anything bad about you
And
because you could
that's
expel me,
Jerry
but you know.
McCormick we're
I
talking
do.
about,
You're an,
not to
you're an
confuse
asshole,
anyone else.
Jerry. You don't deserve that money.
Give it to
Don't
us.
worry, we'll email you the focus when it's done. You can
Give-
see what people think of you.
Give Greg
Yeah.
and RTV the money so that we can buy a cameo from Nigel Farage.
Yeah, that's a
Keep
good
shit
idea.
talking you on the radio.
Get Nigel Farage
It
to do a
turns out
cameo.
Jerry's pastime is actually keeping up to date on the RTV
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
channel.
Is it
so-
really?
Sure is.
Yeah.
He's got a really good
He
video
loves
with Boom Wars
watching
coming.
the Shaun of the Dead scene recreation
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
The Lord of the Rings one was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was-
Timmy's toilet time, etc.
Timmy's
Which
toilet
shot of the
time.
dead scene did you recreate?
The bit where he goes out to the shop and it's the one take.
Yeah, that'd be good. The one I immediately pictured was the "Don't Stop Me Now" scene.
I quite like the one where he goes to get his mum with a tea.
Yeah,
We didn't have the
wait for
budget
us to
for
go
that.
over
so-
scene.
Yeah. Whose idea was it to do Lord of the Rings? I don't know how
think
it
it
landed.
was
We had
some
a.
I got some random new person to do it.
Oh yeah, no, I liked the Wallace and Gromit idea better. I feel like that could have.
No, but it was an experience writing. I wanted to get a new person doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New people. They probably didn't come back either.
They didn't come back, right? But I mean, made them feel good about themselves.
Okay,
so there
yeah.
we go.
Well, if you're listening,
You
I
did a
hope
good
you,
job.
I hope you feel good about yourself.
How many people actually listen to this?
Good question.
Yeah, but
Live, maybe
I
like
don't know.
Do we?
If things not been working, like they said, it doesn't update. But they usually get
It's
a good
usually
amount
like-
on the YouTube as well.
10 or 11 live, and then goes up to maybe 70 at the most on
Wow.
playback. So
That's
Hooray for statistics!
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, I really hope Charlotte hasn't listened because I've been saying a lot of shit about Brig. I probably shouldn't. But
she might listen back. We
Yeah.
don't know.
She might listen
This
back.
is going
I
up
don't know.
on YouTube.
Or someone might send an anonymous clip to her. We don't know.
She might receive the
Or
recorder
I'll
in the
throw a
mail.
pen at you.
Well, that's the scoop and that's the show for the day.
Yeah.
Does anyone want a song to finish on?
Let's put.
Well, all I can think of is "Don't Stop Me Now" because
I was thinking,
Shaun of
"Don't
the
Stop
Dead.
Believing." Just kind of like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't stop believing. That was it. Was that in your video? Is that
Or
why
you
I'm
could
thinking
have
of
a
that?
song that relates to Greedy Jerry.
What one?
But I was thinking "Fuck You" by Lily Allen.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is from Elliot to Jerry. I don't
This is
know.
going out to Jerry.
I don't know the Jerry he's talking about. So.
Oh, could you do Fuck You by CeeLo Green? I quite like that one.
This
No, I think
Yeah.
the Lily Allen one. Let's go for the Lily Allen one.
Yeah,
The
let's
other
go
one's
Lily
better.
Allen. Let's go classic.
Yeah, well,
It's
well,
for
that's
you,
fair.
Jerry. And just so you know, this feeling was universal with Stirling students.
That's been R&R today. Thank you for listening. If you've been listening, peace to you all.
Except you, Jerry.
Thank you guys for
Except
coming
you,
on the
Jerry.
show.
No peace to
Been
you, Jerry.
great.
Anytime.
Thanks for having me.
And this is Elliot's message to a guy called Jerry.
Look inside your tiny mind, then look a bit harder. 'Cause we're so uninspired, so sick and tired of all the hatred you harbor. So you say it's not okay to be gay, well I think you're just evil. You're just some racist who can't tie my laces. Your point of view is medieval.